Alright, so I've got the Teclast P98 4G. This is on the left, and this is the Onda v919 Air 3G. As a dual boot tablet, this is Android only, but just for this comparison here, of course they're both running in Android. I just wanted to do a couple of benchmarks to see if the Mali T760 is faster in this configuration here, the way that Teclast have it set up, than the Intel HD Generation 7 graphics that's on the Atom CPU here. So this is an octa-core, this is a quad-core, and both of the machines are running Android 4.4.4. Just wanted to demo a couple of benchmarks here and see really which one was the fastest. I've already run 3D Mark on both of them, and I'll just show you now the results. And hopefully that's going to come up. Now, I was getting interesting results out of the P98 4G. It's actually the GPU that coming through with a lower result. I'll just show you right here when I just click on my device. You see here what I mean with the scores. So you can see this is the Onda, and well, I'll just show you now these scores there. So we've got 14,000. more or less for Ice Storm Unlimited, and then almost 7,500 for Ice Storm Extreme. So that's the Onda. Now when I have a look at the Mali, this is the GPU, which is the Mali T760, the results are actually a lot less than I expected. So there we've got just scraping just over 10,000 and almost 6.5. And that's quite a different score. But when running things like Geekbench, I've noticed that the scores are in favor of the P98. So maybe there's some poor optimization going on when it comes to 3D. And it's definitely slower than what my Note 4 can produce. My Note 4 has the Mali T760 GPU that's in this one here, but of course this has got 2 gigabytes of RAM, my Note has 3, so maybe that extra gigabyte is making the difference there. Or there's just some poor optimization or drivers or the kernel that Teclast have set up there. So they're both running the same pixel density. I've changed that, the DPI. They're both running 264. I've used resolution changer and set them both the same. Both tablets had a reboot. And if I just show you Geekbench, I'm not sure the results are going to come up. No, I need to run the benchmark. So I'm just going to benchmark that now. You can see the details there, hopefully over both systems. The maximum CPU speed on this quad-core Intel-based Atom Z3736F is 2.16. And we've got 1.7, well, almost 1.7 on the MediaTek 8752, which is an octa-core. So that has more cores, and both have different graphics. So that's not counted, of course, on this. This is based on just CPU only performance. So let's just have a look. If I quickly just run the benchmark here at the same time. I'll just pause the video now so we don't have to sit through the whole benchmark. So I will resume once it gets near the end and show you the results. Okay, so it looks like the Onda, the Atom CPU, has just actually finished now. So it's finished faster. But does that mean it will actually get a higher result? Well, let's just wait and see. No. You can see that the P98 4G, which is this one here, of course, is almost double the speed when it comes to, well, when it comes to multi-core. That's normal because it's got 4 more cores. So the difference between them is quite a bit bigger when it comes to the multi-core score there. And single core, this wins, of course. But that's normal because it is actually clocked about 400 megahertz higher. So because we've got 2.1 versus 1.6 or 1.7 almost. So there's a bit of a difference there. I'll just show you the single core marks there. So that's coming out in the video just. And let's just have a look at the multi-core result. You can see there's a massive difference when it comes to the MediaTek CPU. Being an octa-core versus a quad-core, not entirely fair, but there is the difference there. You can see quite a large difference. So I showed you those 3D Mark scores. That was quite different there. So what about when it comes to wireless performance too? It's just another thing I thought I would test out. Both connected to the same network. We're just going to run a Wi-Fi analyzer and have a look what kind of signals they're getting. Just select the same network. Okay, so around the same, although you can see that the Onda has a slightly better, but it's only marginal, slightly better connection there. And they are both on the same network side by side. I don't know whether they're interfering with each other, but it could be the fact that the way the Wi-Fi, the antenna is set up on the Onda is different. It's behind like a plastic cover there, but you can see that now the difference is actually quite a bit larger there. You can see the performance is definitely better on the Onda. So that's interesting. And I just wonder if I would hold it up like this instead of having it on the table, it's going to make much of a difference. It hasn't changed at all, but maybe that will make a difference when I use the Teclast P98. Yes, that has made a bit of a difference. That's popped up to about the same result actually. So it seems that they might have been interfering with each other. They're about the same now. So, oh no, doesn't like the table. Maybe the signal going through the table there. It's up and down. So they're almost actually about the same now. Only looking at that, they're all sort of all over the same range between -50 and -40. Maybe the Onda is just slightly better there. Anyway, that's so marginal that you're never gonna see a difference there. And when it comes to gaming benchmarks, well, just have a look at Unity. That's another one that, actually no, the GPU benchmark, sorry. We'll just run that now and see which one, because this is a short benchmark. And just have a look and see which one of these. So that loaded much faster on the Teclast just then. I tried to load them at the same time. The adverts coming up. Okay, so we got on the bottom here, that's the Teclast P98 4G, and the top here is the Onda. You can tell the Onda with the home button there. So just run these both at the same time. Definitely a lot slower to launch there on the Onda for some reason. I'm not sure if that's coming out though, but it does definitely seem to be smoother on the Onda. Although it is hard to tell really. Looked smooth at one point. We'll see the end result shortly. Okay, so the Teclast P98 4G is finished first. There's a massive difference in scores there, which is really odd. You can see that the Onda with the Intel graphics has actually pretty much doubled. It has doubled the score of the Mali T760, which to me is quite odd. I would have thought it would be the other way around. There must be some sort of setup problem, some sort of issue maybe with the, because I didn't expect the Mali T760 to perform this low against the Atom. that's interesting there. You can see both of their scores there. So, and I'll just have a look quickly at a game. I should have Real Racing, sorry, Asphalt I think is the one that is installed on both systems. That's right, 88 years old. So they both seem pretty laggy. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, they want to log me in, okay. Okay, I just had a bit of an issue there with logging in. It timed out on the Onda, it just jammed up, so I had to restart that, and what I've done is just made it so I can fit both of the tablets now in the video, so it's a little bit easier. So you can see that both of them, they're showing a bit of lag. Very similar kind of lag there. And because they are running both of them at that high resolution, that iPad Air Retina display resolution, so it's pretty demanding. So you can see there both of them has a bit of lag. Definitely we're just there when viewing the car. I'll see what it's like when it's going into racing, for example. I just load both of them. Obviously I won't be able to control. Just to remind you that it's the Onda v919 at the top here, and this is the Teclast P98 4G on the bottom. So there's a bit of a difference there with loading. And it's definitely a lot smoother on the Onda. You can see that that's lagging and it's pulling to one side for some reason on the Teclast P98 4G. So not a good start. Not a good start at all. That is definitely, look at that is just lagging away there. Which it shouldn't with that Mali T760. Shouldn't be so laggy. It's obviously not calibrated. I can steer it a little bit, but yeah, that is very laggy. And now I'll just try the Onda. You can see there that the Onda is definitely playable. I mean, it's not the fastest, but it's playable. Still has a bit of lag there, but it looks good, plays okay. And if I jump back to the Teclast, no, that's extremely hard to play, and that's just stuttering away. Look at that, that is just struggling with this game. Alright, so this is a couple of benchmarks. Quick gaming test there with Asphalt 8 Airborne, and you can see clearly that well, CPU power wise, that the Teclast has a faster CPU, but When it comes to gaming, the GPU, surprisingly, the Intel graphics is better in this instance. I think there's something wrong maybe with the P98 4G, some driver issues maybe, or some ROM issues that's causing that GPU to be definitely a lot slower than what it should be. And the actual unit doesn't feel hot or anything like that. It's not like it's been working too hard, that it doesn't feel like it would be throttling or anything like that. So it's really interesting to see what the problem is. The Onda's a little bit warm, and that's to be expected. They do get warm when you're gaming. Okay, so that's the Teclast P98 4G with the newer chipset and the newer GPU against the Onda v919. That's the dual boot. Thank you for watching the video. If you did like it, please do give me a thumbs up and do subscribe. I'll have more upcoming videos of these tablets and more tablets to come from China. Thanks for watching. Hopefully see you in the next video. Bye for now.